welcome back to my channel. My name is Poppy and I do makeup videos and things like that here on YouTube. Today's video is going to be a Q&A. So I asked people on my Instagram story to ask me some questions and a few of you did. And then I also put on one of the small YouTubers' Facebook pages and asked people to ask me questions. I gave a little information about myself. I kind of just said that I live in Australia but I used to live in the UK and that I'm a dental nurse, and basically just to ask me some questions. So I got a few of those too, so that was pretty good. And then a couple of the questions are just ones that I have been asked on Instagram photos in the past, just in the comments. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the video. So I basically saved all the questions in my notes on my phone. So here we go. Okay, first question. This one was asked, well actually the first two questions pretty much were asked by my sister. So what is your favourite town or city you visited? I'd probably say Adelaide, just because it was nice and clean and quiet, and yet it still had that bit of a city vibe. Oh, my hair's moving. Oh, yeah. So yeah, we went to Adelaide in 2015. So a little while ago now. Shell and I went, and we went to go watch Liverpool play, and we flew there, and also my family came as well, but they were driving instead. So we watched Liverpool play, but then Shell and I went shopping and did the fun kind of stuff that you do when you're in a new city. I really enjoyed it. The food was good. Actually, one girl that I went to school with here in Wodonga moved there, and I kind of forgot about it. And then we went downstairs from the hotel. We went to go get some cannolis and some coffee, and she was working there like right outside the hotel. So that was really funny because I've never been to Adelaide before, and I feel like I always see people I know wherever I go. So that happened. Just a little quick story for that one. So yeah, Adelaide. If you could only use 3 makeup products for the rest of your life, what would they be? Well, I love mascara. Like, I feel like that just opens your eyes up, and yeah, you can't really go without mascara. I do for work, but I mean just like if I was wearing makeup in general, mascara. And product specifically, I would probably say Benefit Bad Gal Bang. I'm wearing it in this video. You might have recognised this look from another video, the last one I did. But yeah, Benefit Bad Gal Bang mascara. I feel like you need to have a bit of blush, so I would say blush. Specifically, I like the Essence Silky Touch blush. 1, it's cheap, and 2, it's kind of natural looking. And maybe lip gloss. Yeah, lip gloss. Maybe the Fenty Beauty one. I really like that one. So yeah, I'd say mascara, blush and gloss, because then you still look like you're wearing something but it's natural, not like this look here. Favourite makeup look you've done? Well, at the moment I'm not too creative when it comes to makeup looks. I kind of just go for the glam looks. But my favourite one was when I did the rainbow look. I'll pop it on the screen over here. And yeah, I did it using the James Charles palette when I kind of first got it. I do have a video of that look, so I'll leave that in the description below as well. But yeah, I like that one just because it was a little bit out of my comfort zone. I didn't know how I would go. I do kind of want to experiment more with more creative looks. I would say that now, even though I don't really do much with this one, but that's okay. In the future, I feel like I want to, yeah, maybe not like Abby Roberts style. I love her makeup, but I feel like I would not be able to do that. Erin Rose does some really nice colourful looks, so maybe I'll try them out sometime, possibly on my channel too, but also on my Instagram, because I feel like my Instagram is pretty boring as well at the moment. So yeah, my rainbow look with the James Charles palette. What music do you like? I sometimes listen to the chart music, but since being with Shell, I like country music. I always said, even when I was with my ex, I'm like, freaking hate country music. It was like like, no offense if you like it, that's just personal taste, but like Johnny Cash and that's just like, I hate it, it's boring, I don't like country music. But since being with Shell, we listen to Darius Rucker, Zach Brown Band. I did always like Lady Antebellum though. My best friend in high school got me into them, so I did always like Lady Antebellum. But that was like, I was convinced that was the only country music that I would ever like. But yeah, now I love country music. So yeah. Are you transgender? Now, this was one of the questions that I was asked on a comment of one of my Instagram photos. Now, obviously, I don't know. Maybe they maybe thought I was, and that's okay. But no, I'm not. I am a female. I was born a female. I don't have very big boobs or anything, but yeah, I identify as female and I was born as one. So no, I'm not transgender. What was it like moving and how old were you? This is like a 4-part question, so I'll just answer one at a time. So I was excited to move. I was 14 when we moved from the UK to Australia. I had a lot of people ask me to like repeat a lot of stuff. Like if I'd said something, they're like, wait, say that again, for like ages, until obviously I don't have an accent anymore. But yeah, it was scary, but on the other hand, like, I was an army brat, so I moved around a lot anyway as a kid. Pretty much I'd already been to, I think, close to 10 schools by the time we moved over to Australia anyway, so what's the difference really? It wasn't as hard as maybe moving to a country where English wasn't the first language. That would definitely be more difficult because I only did French in school and I didn't know that much. So yeah, I was 14 and I didn't find it too difficult considering I'd moved around a lot anyway. It was just the whole accent thing. Everyone was like, oh, say this, say that. So that was funny, although it wasn't much different really from moving to England to Scotland, because it was the same kind of thing. They're like, oh, say curly whirly, and I can't really remember what else, but anyway, yeah, so it's just the accent thing. Do you find your accent has changed a lot? Well, I probably could have read that question with that one. I can't really hear it, but like I can a little bit when I'm listening back to my YouTube videos, and like when I go back home, they're like, wow, you sound so Australian, and I can hear everyone's Scottish accents a lot more, and Brummy if we're in Birmingham, so I can hear accents a lot more. Shell can't really hear my accent because it's been the same, I think, since we've been together. But yeah, I'd say a lot of people have said it's changed. A lot of people, when like they come into work and I kind of tell them I'm from the UK, they are like, wow, I couldn't even tell. So yeah, I'd say it has. What's the next one? What's the main differences between UK and Australia? And then the last part of the question is, are the spiders really that bad? Which I have something to insert to show you that. That sounded weird. I mean a video to insert in the video to show you. Are you ready? I'm going in.
Watch out, they jump. Can you use the whole fucking can? That's enough. Get ready.
Oh fuck.
I sat next to that
Grab
man
it.
in a sweat lodge wearing nothing
God, it's gonna be scary.
in a bathing suit. And then he goes and spills
I'm gonna just splat it. What am I gonna do? Oh my god, look at that. For fuck's sake. Oh, what a shot! Max out. Done.
Anyway, the main difference is it's warmer here, but on saying that, where I live, which is like 3 hours away from Melbourne, we still get a bit of a winter and a bit of frost in the morning. Not quite as bad. Like say in Scotland, I think the coldest it's been like -7, -8 degrees Celsius, whereas here our cold, freezing cold mornings are like between 1 and -1. So yeah, we still get cold mornings, but it is a lot hotter. Like England, Scotland get maybe a week of summer if they're really lucky, whereas here we get like nice hot weather. I love the hot weather. The food's pretty much similar. I'd say like the Chinese and Indian takeaways are better in the UK, and the chippies. So like the quality of the takeaway food is better in the UK, but I'm saying that we still get it here and it's okay. And then the accent, obviously. I'd say most people, like it's kind of a stereotype, but like a lot of Aussies are pretty laid back. On saying that, not everyone. Like obviously not everyone's gonna have the same personality. So yeah, I think that'll be about the main differences. And most of the houses around Australia that I've been to anyway are like one story, so they're all like bungalow style, whereas like there's a lot of 2-story houses in the UK and then you get bungalows. So no stairs is good, because I've fallen down when I was a kid, my sister fell down when she was a kid, I'm pretty sure, I can't remember if my brother did, but yeah, basically my eyelashes coming off. Ugh. Basically they're a bit of a death trap, so it's kind of nice that we don't have them here in the houses I've lived in anyway. Oh, and are the spiders really that bad? Well, yes, I will then insert a video. So yeah, so I killed a massive spider and it was really gross. So yeah, they are that bad compared to the daddy long legs that you get in England and stuff. Now this next question is one of the ones that was asked by someone on the Small YouTubers Facebook page, and it's how many cows are there in the world? I have no idea. I know in Scotland you get the hairy cows and there are a lot of cows, but I'm gonna just say I have no idea. What is your first video all about? My first video on my channel is a really cringy one of me doing my makeup. It was when we had my makeup desk set up in our room. I even did that video was done before I even started Unique or started doing lives on Facebook or anything like that. I just randomly decided I would do a makeup video. I actually did record one before that, but I was like, oh, I probably could have cut it out thinking about it now, but I was like nearly all the way done, and then Sheldon just jumped in and went, rah, right, and I was like, I think I was like doing my lips or something, like I was right near the end, so I was like, damn. But technically that was my first one, but the first one on my channel is me redoing it, and yeah, it was done a few years ago now, but it's been up on my channel for a year. Yeah, it's a bit cringy, don't watch, no, you can watch it, see how much I've improved, hopefully. Okay, what are your favourite concealers and why? My favourite concealers, I'd say, are definitely the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define, because it's like Tarte Shape Tape, maybe a tiny bit thinner but not by much. They've got a great shade range and it's cheap, and for people in the UK it's pretty much readily available because they sell it at Superdrug. Here they sell it at some price lines in Australia, but I would say get the supersized one because the normal one just runs out so quick. I am really liking the e.l.f. one that I'm wearing because it hasn't really creased much, so I would definitely say this one. And maybe I have a lot of concealers to compare to. The Too Faced one, if I can quickly grab it out, I'll show you. No, I don't know, it's somewhere in there. Yeah, the super like Too Faced extra coverage one. It comes in like a big tube, so you get a lot. Their shade range for me isn't great, but it's not too bad. So I like that one. And I didn't mind Shape Tape as well. Tarte Shape Tape's alright, it's just pricey. So yeah, I'd say those ones are pretty much my Favourite concealers, I don't mind, and this is gonna unpopular opinion here, but the Unique one's actually pretty good. They haven't got the greatest shade range either, but it's nice and thick. It's kind of almost as thick as the P. Louise base, so you could use it as an eyeshadow base anyway, and it's a good coverage concealer. But yeah, that's for debate. If you don't like it, that's fine. If someone was visiting Australia, what's the first place they should visit? I must admit, when I went to Sydney and saw the Sydney Opera House, it's like, wow, especially at night when it all lights up. So if you are coming to Australia, I'd say that. Yeah. I mean, I haven't travelled all around Australia or anything, even though my favourite place is Adelaide. I'd say the Sydney Opera House, because down around there is very nice. So, yeah. How do you find your job? I'm a dental student and interested to know. I find it good. I work good hours. I work 8:30 till 5:30. We get weekends off. We very rarely stay too late. I think the latest I've stayed is like 6:15 p.m. So it's not too bad. It's pretty easy to pick up. Obviously, different surgeries have different ways of doing things. And when I moved to another surgery, I did find it hard to adjust and ended up going back to my original surgery where I did my traineeship, and I've been back there for a couple of years now, and I'm really glad I went back. My bosses are pretty cool and yeah, we end up getting new trainees every year, so it's a good way to kind of meet people, I guess, although I do have to train people every year and that can be a bit like draining, and it's like but you know, you pick it up quick and you're fine. It's easy to pick up, I feel like, and if you're already studying, obviously you'd know kind of the basics anyway, but if you're not, there are some surgeries like mine that hire people without experience, so that can be a good start anyway. So yeah, what motivates you to do YouTube? It's something I really enjoy, but seeing how like amazing some of the YouTubers that I watch are inspire me to try and make my channel better and keep going with it. So, and also the amount of support I get from people is what motivates me as well. Like Erin Rose, she's an amazing YouTuber. I would really recommend you checking out her channel. Her skills are insane, and even though she's younger than me, like, I would love to be like her one day. It would be amazing. My eyelashes are coming off again. I thought this glue was good. Yeah, so Erin Rose motivates me. Oh my gosh, my eyes feel like it's stuck together. Yeah, Erin Rose motivates me. My subscribers motivate me. When I get positive comments, it kind of encourages me to keep doing what I'm doing. And yeah, I'm not monetized. It wouldn't bother me at all. I already like work a full-time job. I just really enjoy doing YouTube and making videos for you guys. So yeah, that's what motivates me. And do you actually like Vegemite, or is it everyone across the, or is every wow, I'm getting good at reading. Or is everyone across the Atlantic just trained to say it's good to fool Americans? Well, funny story, not really, but I used to hate Vegemite. Hate it. Didn't want to eat it on toast or anything. And then, a few years ago now, I was at work on my lunch break, and one of the girls I worked with, my work bestie, she was having some, and then she was like, oh, just try some. And then I was like, I've hated it for so long, maybe my taste buds have changed. And I had some on, I think it was like one of those corn thin like crusket thingies, with some avocado, and it was really, really good. Like, I was just thinking, why didn't I do this earlier? So I love it now. I love it. I'll have it. I don't have it all the time. I do like it. No, I don't think it's something people are trained to say to fool Americans. It's just, it depends on how you eat it. Like, I saw someone try it out and I'm pretty sure they were an American YouTuber, I can't remember who it was, and they were just like, oh yeah, I'm going to try Vegemite, and then they just put a whole heap of it on, and they're like, oh, it's so gross. You just have to kind of, some people like a lot of it, but you just have to kind of apply it thinly and then see if you like it, and if you don't mind it and you want to put a bit more, that's fine, but don't go overload because it'll be way too salty and strong. But yeah. And then my last question actually is, what motivated you to move away and what motivated you to become a dental nurse? So what motivated me to move away? Well, it wasn't like that anything in particular motivated me. I was 14 and obviously still living at home, and my dad was in the British Army and he got offered a transfer, so we ended up moving to Australia. So that's kind of what happened. It was nothing, yeah, it was just with my parents' work basically. And what motivated me to become a dental nurse? Well, before I was doing dental nursing, I was working at a doctor's surgery in the front desk doing a traineeship, and then I was talking to one of the ladies that I work with, and she was telling me a few of the girls who had finished had gone on to do dental assisting and how they really loved it and how she thought I'd be good at it. And I kind of ended up talking to a girl who, well, she will be on maternity leave, she's having a baby, but I was talking to her about how to get into dental assisting, and she told me that she did a traineeship, and she actually did the traineeship at where I work now, so she'd worked at my work before I was there. And then it wasn't too long after that, actually, it was weird timing, I had pretty much like smashed out most of my coursework for my traineeship anyway, because I usually go for a year, and I think I was about 8 months in and I pretty much nearly done all my coursework thanks to Shell pushing me, because I like rushed out the first half and then lost motivation. And then a job offer came, like on the job seeking sites, it came up with a dental assisting traineeship, and Shell showed me and I was like, oh wow, it's like weird timing. So I applied for it knowing that pretty much I'd finished my coursework anyway, it just needed to be fully marked and that was it. And I went for an interview at the recruitment agency and did a little like maths and English test, and then I got a phone call to say that I got an interview. So I went to the dental, like to my work now, and did an interview in my lunch break, and then pretty much I got a call saying I got the job, and I did tell them I had to give 2 weeks notice where I was, and it was kind of apparently I was told when I started there that they were thinking they wanted someone to start earlier because whoever they had was going to uni and they didn't want to be understaffed for too long. But then the lady who interviewed me at the recruitment agency said, no, look, she's really good, she's really worth like waiting for. So that made me happy when I found out that. And they were like, oh okay, like usually there was 4 girls, and then if you have 3 obviously understaffed, whoop, you can kind of still cope. So I gave my notice at my work, and they were like, yeah, okay, like I'd finished my work anyway, and I got to leave early from that job. I had a weekend break. I probably could have, like, I didn't really have time to give myself a break. I had to give notice and then start this job anyway, so I couldn't really keep them waiting any longer. But basically I started the new job on the Monday and that was it. So I'd say, you know, if you're thinking about it, go for it. It's like less grueling hours than being an actual nurse. There is a bit of blood and you know, hear a bit of swearing from the patients with toothaches and things. But it's definitely taught me a lot, and I've been doing it for 5 years in October. So I enjoy it. I nearly went to do a hairdressing apprenticeship when I was still in school. But I was doing hairdressing at school anyway, and then Mum kind of wanted me to just see if that's, you know, make sure that's what I really wanted to do, otherwise just finish school first. And to be honest, it sounded exciting to like leave school and get a job. And oh, excuse me, when I was doing a few shifts I was getting pretty good money, but then they did say obviously when you start your wage goes down to like less than $10 an hour, which like I'm on over 20 at the moment. So I was like, oh, that's a bit of a, you know, is it worth it if it's not really what I want to do? Because you stick at it for what, 3-4 years, then you get qualified, and then it's, yeah. So I had to think, and I realised it's not what I wanted to do. So I stayed on at school, and then obviously doing the traineeships, the wages weren't much better than that, but at least I'd have my high school certificate, and then I could kind of see if it's what I wanted to do. And then in between, oh well, when I was doing my last year of school, I was a swim teacher as well, so that was fun. But then I obviously got offered the traineeship and I left, and there was a bit of hoo-ha with that too. So I mean, I could do a story time about that, but we'll see. It's like, don't know yet. But anyway, thank you guys for watching this Q&A. I'm sorry if it went for a little bit, but I hope you enjoyed watching, and I don't know, I might do another Q&A in the future. I'm not sure what about yet. Maybe like I know it's like Pride month and I only just got asked like one question about if I was transgender or anything, but if you want like a Q&A, let me know, or like just a relationship girly thing kind of, you know, Q&A, that's fine too. I mean, I'm open to that. Just let me know in the comments and send me through some questions, and make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I'll leave the handles in the description below as well. And yeah, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, petals.